Okay, so in this one we're going to learn about PDURATION and we're going to learn about NPER, number of periods. So ultimately what these two functions calculate to us is how long we can expect for us to reach our investment goals. So if you put money into a bank, how long it'll take before it gets to your expected target. Now, when we look at PDURATION, PDURATION looks at a lump sum of money put into a bank account as a one-off and how long it'll take to mature to what your expected outcome is. Whereas the number of periods, or NPER, that calculates based on how you putting in money incrementally each month or each week or each fortnight. So we're going to try out these two different formulas. If you want to get a bit of a reminder on which one is for which one, have a look underneath and you'll see a little table that gives you a bit of a scenario on how each one works in its own function. So let's start with PDURATION. So what we normally need to do is we need to set up a template for this. So we're going to look at rate and deposit. And then we're going to set a goal and a period. And so the period is what we're trying to calculate here with this formula. Now let's say Bob and Betty want to get out they decided to save their money. And they're going to put in $1,500 into savings. Now the interest rate at the bank that they're going to comes to 2.5% per annum. So what per annum means is per year. Now they want to know how long will it take for them to leave their money into the account to get a return of $1,800 from it. And that's what we're going to calculate in this formula. So let's get that information and put that into the spreadsheet. So you got a rate of 2.5%, a deposit of $1,500. And their goal, so what they're expecting to get from this, is $1,800. Now this is where we're going to use this calculation, equals P duration, and you can see here that it's already picked up on what I'm wanting to achieve here. Okay, so it's looking for our rate. So for this one, our rate is 2.5%. And then it's looking for the amount deposited. And so they've put in $1,500 into their savings account. And their goal, what they're wanting to know, what they're wanting to reach is $1,800. Now in order to get $1,800, what this is telling us is that they'll have to wait 7 point whatever that says. So I'm just gonna move the decimal places. So almost 7.5 years. So 7.4 years they'll need to pay. They'll need to leave that $1,500 in to get $1,800 back from that. So that's how you would use your PDURATION. So again, we're going to go equals PDURATION. And for this one it was B1, B2, and B3, close brackets. So that's an illustration of the formula that we used. Now let's try number of periods. So let's say instead, let's say that the rate is 10%. And they want to know how long to save for their overseas trip. Now they need to, let's say that Bob and Betty need to save $50,000 for their holiday, and they can save, let's say they can save $1,000 per month, and that's at 10% interest. Now let's try and put that into a worksheet. So their rate will be 10%. Their monthly savings, and extend that out, would be So for this time, you would have to put this one as a negative. So their monthly savings will be 1,000. Initial deposit. So normally you would put this in case they put in a deposit initially. So what's different from this type of saving versus this type of saving is that this one only had one payment left in there and it just matured. This one is it's going to have constant money going into the savings account. So initial deposit would be, let's say, $0. And their goal to get onto their holiday is $50,000. So we're going to use this formula to calculate the number of months. So you would go equals NPER, and again this formula has been picked up, and then the first thing we're going to put in is the rate. So your 10% divided by 12 months because they're paying monthly, and then we will go the amount each month, and then the next one we would do is the initial deposit. Now there's nothing in there, but you still need to put that in. And then the last part is the financial goal. And then we'll close that off. So let's move those decimal places. Okay, so based on that, we're saying here that it's going to take them 41 months in order to get $50,000 for a holiday. So that's a pretty big holiday. So if we were to divide that by 12 months per year, so they're looking at about, if they put in $1,000 each month into their monthly account, they'll get $50,000 in about 3.5 years. So that's how you can do P duration and numbers of period.